Are you one of those people who doesn't want anything to do with Christianity? Or maybe you don't want to become a Christian because of your experiences with religious hypocrites? Or are you one of those people who has noticed that there are just so many false teachers and so many false doctrines that even though you might be a religious person or a Christian, you feel discouraged and almost uninterested in the things of God because you feel that the church is full of hypocrites? Well, today we want to look at the issue of hypocrisy in the church. In Matthew chapter 13, verse 24 to 30, Jesus likens the kingdom of heaven as being compared to a farmer who sows good seed in his field. But then later at night, while the farmer is sleeping, his enemy comes and plants weeds or tares among the wheat, and the enemy slips away. And so as the wheat began to grow and produce, the tares that the enemy sowed also grew in the same field. When the farmer discovers that it was the work of his enemy, the workers of the farmer ask if they could uproot the wheat. And so the farmer responds by saying, "Let both the wheat and the tares grow together until the harvest. And then the harvesters will sort out the tares from the wheat, and they will burn the tares." And so what can we learn from this parable? Well, the parable of the wheat and the tares teaches us that hypocrites and hypocrisy exists in the world and even in Christianity. The wheat represents the body of genuine Christians or true believers, while the tares represent the hypocrites or false believers. Tares are very similar in resemblance to wheat, and there are so many situations where hypocrites or false believers resemble genuine believers. A hypocrite is a pretender, an imitator, or even an actor. A hypocrite at the end of the day is a systematic and intentional liar and deceiver. In Matthew chapter 7 verse 15, Jesus warns us to beware of false teachers or prophets who are disguised as sheep, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. And so that verse speaks of hypocrites. Also in Matthew chapter 7 verse 21 to 23, Jesus also says, "Not everyone who says to him, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven." Again, this verse speaks of hypocrites. In the entire chapter of Matthew chapter 23, Jesus addresses the Pharisees as being hypocritical religious leaders or teachers. You see, outwardly the Pharisees appeared to be godly men, but inwardly they were wicked, hypocritical men. They professed to be godly men, but yet they systematically deceived and lived contrary to what they professed. And so hypocrisy and hypocritical people do exist in the world and also in religion, just like a religion like Christianity. But the key thing to understand is that the hypocrite will face his day of judgment, as stated in the parable of the wheat and the tares. And also it's stated in Matthew chapter 7 verse 21 to 23 that hypocrites will face judgment. And lastly, the other key thing to understand is that if you are a person who has been discouraged or wants nothing to do with Christianity because of the hypocrisy of others, my advice to you is don't focus on the actions of false teachers or hypocrites, but rather focus on Jesus Christ, who is the author and finisher of your faith. Amen. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and get our latest videos.